Here we are, looking at am I overreacting? You know, it's the subreddit where we need to figure out if the original poster is overreacting to the situation at hand, or if they were justified in their emotional response. I've got a sneaky suspicion it's gonna be plenty fun today. Am I overreacting for snapping at my friend for joking about my job again? I recently got a full-time job at a small design studio after freelancing for a while. It was a huge step for me, and I genuinely enjoy the work. My friend works in corporate and constantly makes little jabs about my career being easy or not serious. I usually ignore it. But during this conversation, I finally said something. The client signed off on the rebrand. It was a ton of work, but I'm really proud of how it turned out. That's cool. Must be nice to get paid to doodle all day. Well, it's a bit more than doodling, but yeah, I love it. I mean, no offense, just sounds like fun. Meanwhile, I'm in the meetings all day actually working. Wow. Okay, I'm not sure why you feel the need to downplay what I do. I was joking. Why are you so sensitive? People actually talk like this? Are there real people out there that are this stupid? Genuinely? Just saying sounds like fun. Meanwhile, I'm in meetings all day. Actually, honey, you work in corporate. Your job is faker than every other job on the planet. Do not get it twisted, all right? Because you say stuff like this all the time. It doesn't feel like a joke, especially when it keeps happening. It's not weird to want my work to be respected. You act like I sit around drawing cartoons for fun when I'm working long hours just like you. It just doesn't seem that hard. Sorry. It's not like you're dealing with clients yelling at you all day or managing a whole team. You have no idea what my job actually involves. And for the record, yeah, I deal with clients. Yeah, I manage deadlines and revisions and creative briefs just like anyone else. Okay, calm down. I didn't mean to offend you. You don't ever accept it when someone says that to you. I'm not even angry. I just want you to stop acting like your job is the only one that's valid or difficult. Probably isn't at all, actually. And just because a job is difficult does not make it more valid than anyone else's. Fine, whatever. You clearly can't take a joke and now you're making this a big thing. I'm asking for basic respect. You wouldn't like it if I constantly made fun of your work or told you it sounded boring. I guess I didn't realize you were so touchy about your job. Sorry for trying to have a light convo. Go yourself. It's only light for you because you're not the one being put down. That is abuse. That is clear-cut abuse. No getting around it. Your friend's a piece of shit, and hopefully not your friend anymore. That is not your friend, that is your enemy. Your friend is doing the same devaluing tactics that abusers use on their victims to make them feel worthless. Your friend even used the classic, "You're so sensitive, you can't take a joke" combo to deliberately dismiss your feelings and gaslight you. All as a way to avoid taking accountability for their actions. It will always be a red flag whenever someone calls you sensitive and says you're overreacting for expressing your feelings for how their words upset you. Notice how your friend never apologized for upsetting you? That's very telling, OP. If you continue the friendship, your friend will continue to devalue and criticize your work until your self-esteem is in shambles. This friend of yours does not respect you. They want to dim your light. Do yourself a favor and cut off this friend from now on if you want to keep your peace, preserve your mental health and happiness. I've had friends like this in the past mock and devalue my interests and work because they were jealous of my passions. The end goal will always be to break you down, to break your spirit and drag you down to their level of self-loathing. My fiance spent $600 on gacha. Oh, dear Lord. My fiance spent $600 on a gacha game without asking. I flipped out, and now his entire family are calling me abusive and encouraging him to call off the engagement. For context, I work 55 hours a week, and he drives Uber during the day while I'm at work. We are paycheck to paycheck. You are paycheck to paycheck, and he spent that much fucking money on anything at all. Stop calling me. We need to talk right now. Pick up. You're not being fair at all. I explained my boundaries to you, but you're not respecting them. This is exactly what blank says is abusive about you. You spent $600 on our credit card on a f***ing game. I explained it already to you. $600 for 2 virtual Wait, what? There's no way the characters are hundreds of dollars, right? Or were they all like $600 worth of outfits for each one? When we're paycheck to paycheck, that card was for emergencies with the Civic. You told me you wanted her too, but aren't happy for me. LMFAO. I did see this one. Actually, I'm done. I'm a 29-year-old man. I'm allowed to make purchases without needing your permission. Not when it's a shared card, you dumb little piece of shit. That is an abusive dynamic. All right. Ooh, I hate people that weaponize the word abusive. No, actually, she's not being abusive, or they're not being abusive at all. You're a 12-year-old, clearly. Yeah, I said I want Furina, but I didn't say we should spend hundreds to get constellations. You're a addict. You already spent all of our Christmas money on it. You are snooping into your fiance's purchases. Excuse me? Excuse me? No, I'm sorry. Once we hit engaged, we are sharing financial information very explicitly. Because when we get married, legally we will be sharing financials. That's how that fucking works, actually. So I'm not snooping, you dumb little moron. I am looking into what soon I will be legally obligated to be looking into. This is a shared card that I set up for emergencies and you went behind my back. Why won't you tell Blank about your gambling addiction with video game characters? Actually, Blank told me all about your coercion, and I believe you're a narcissist personality. That is why you are continuing to try and control me and control my financial decision-making. You know, this is my values, and I've had Fiorina as my wallpaper forever. I refuse to be verbally abused for being myself. Is this Darkside Phil? What is this?
You know this is my values, and I have had Fiorina as my wallpaper for...
I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I emailed screenshots for my appointment tomorrow. Thank you for giving me horrible anxiety or an attack and ruining my night. And no, I didn't do a thing with Fiorina yet because of your calls. I will call Capital One and dispute the charge, and your account will get banned. Try it, you will lose me forever. I am going to Scottsdale for the night. Stop calling me for 12 hours and we can talk then. Good night. Will you please answer my mom? Please. Oh, come on. Just shut the hell up. My anxiety is bad today. I don't care. It's not an excuse, brother. It's never an excuse, okay? You f***ed up. There is no apologizing your way out of this one, my man. Just... wow. I will get you the money soon. Blank can spot me 600 nights. My anxiety is really bad, please. I love that. Stop calling me for 12 hours. Shut up. Please answer my mom. Please answer my mom. Please, 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 please talk to me, talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. I have two answers. First, you're never going to win an argument with him. Even if he knows he's wrong, he's going to turtle up and defend it to the grave. Second, you don't need to win an argument to break up. Be prepared for his friends and family to be against you, but that's okay. Tell them nothing, or tell them, mother spent $600 that we didn't have from a shared credit card on a virtual character for a video game and then yelled at me for snooping. I can't deal with that for the rest of my life. Am I overreacting? Probably not. This morning, my friend asked me to bring him to school. We go to different schools that are 10 to 15 minutes apart, so I left earlier to get to school on time. I waited near his apartment complex for 10 minutes, then by the parking lot right next to it for another 10 minutes. This whole time I thought he was just getting his stuff. I was honestly going to wait for him the entire time, but he doesn't tell me he's already got a ride. I was late to my presentation this morning, but when I called him, he just didn't seem to care. He's been hella disrespectful to me these last few days, and after this, I just feel mad. Yo, pick me up later for school. Why? Is your car broken? Does it matter? You're my friend. Take me. Whoa. Okay. Excuse me? My car is super broken down too, though. I don't care. Just f***ing take me. It takes 10 more minutes to get me. You don't get to talk to me like that, you dumb little piece of shit. I don't even, I've never even joked with friends like this before. This guy should... Ooh. Okay, let me keep reading. Sorry. Okay, just don't be late. I have a presentation. Hey, I'm here in 5 minutes. I'm here now. Please try to come out now. I'm parked on a red curb. Where are you? Hold on. Okay, fine, but I'm gonna move near the parking lot so I don't get fined. Where are you? I already got a ride. What? Why didn't you tell me? I'm letting you know now. Bro, I'm gonna be late. Get a new friend, for real. You're better off alone than being mistreated. Not the easiest thing in the world, but definitely better than friends who mistreat you. The way he spoke to him in those first couple texts, oh, motherfucker, you don't ever get to do that. He's just been with me for so long and just seems hard to go away from him, but yeah, he's just been an asshole recently, and if he keeps being like this, I can't keep those type of people around, you know? He 1000% did it on purpose. Don't even reply to him. Next time he needs something, say you'll be there in 10, then put your phone on silent, do something you enjoy for a few hours, and screenshot the insane rant he is gonna blow your phone up with so we can enjoy it. Not overreacting. Your friend needs to learn the real golden rule, around and find out. Honestly, if any of my friends spoke to me the way that he spoke to you, they wouldn't be my friends anymore. My boyfriend shamed me over having my hair removed. Can I ask you something? Yeah. How are you always hairless? I swear I've never seen a single hair on your body except for your head. I did laser hair removal for nearly 2 years. It does grow back occasionally in some areas, but it's always really fine and I just wax it off. Wait, really? Like everywhere? Yeah, well, except for my face. It was a lot, but worth it. That's pretty wild. It's convenient. Nah, that's just some horror behavior if you ask me. Wow, oh my god, it happens so fast. I thought for a minute this was genuine, like, whoa, that's actually kind of crazy. I didn't know that about you. That's wild. Wow. dude, that's cool. Anyway, but no, that's pretty wild. You're a fucking whore is the most amazing turnaround I think I've ever seen. What? You don't spend that much money and time lasering everywhere unless you plan on showing it off. That's not how that works, you incel pile of crap. That is so not how that works. Not everything a woman does is because of a man, or because she craves a man's attention. This may come as a surprise, but women do things for themselves because they want to do it. That is insane thought, right? That's just crazy. Oh my God, what did I just say? Anyway, ew. It makes me a whore because I got my hair removed? I'm just being honest. No, you're being a dense moron. No, you're disrespectful. You asked and I answered and you shamed me over it. Ditch this loser. I once had a girlfriend who always got her hair removed as well. Pro-waxing out in town. The first time we met, we had sex going home from the bar. She later told me she felt embarrassed and not sexy as she hadn't been waxed for a while. I couldn't care less. Seriously. But apparently her ex, who had been toxic as hell, was disgusted by the smallest hair besides her head. She never liked to shower with others as she was ashamed of her breasts, and my God, she was a beauty. I just walked in on her showering without knowing any of this, and she took it easy, gave me a big hug. What I'm saying is, don't let your loser of a boyfriend call you a whore, and don't do anything you're not comfortable with just to please some dude. Men are shit. Don't do things for them. I mean, I'm just kidding. Unless it's a real relationship and you love them, then you can consider that. That's fine. Similarly aged guy here, and now I'm just wondering if I'm also a whore for getting my back done. You are, you slutty son of a bitch. I can't believe you cluster make love. Disgusting. Am I overreacting for thinking my boyfriend's messages came from a place of control rather than from a place of concern? I don't post this kind of personal stuff, so I decided to post it here. If you had feedback, please tell me. So I sent him a photo of me on my bike fully geared up. I thought it was casual, but he got upset and said it made him uncomfortable, claiming that girls on motorcycles get sexualized a lot. Wonder why he would say that, especially on social media. He doesn't like the idea of people looking at me that way and said I should be more considerate of how it makes him feel. I ride because I love it. Makes me feel free, confident, and strong. I wasn't trying to be sexy or attract attention, but I do see where he's coming from a little. The whole biker girl image has become more sexualized online, and maybe that's shaped how he sees it? Still, it felt like he was projecting that onto me, and now I'm wondering, am I overreacting for feeling like this is more about control than genuine concern? Let's see. What are you up to? Just hanging out? You? Went for a ride. It's so nice today. You really thought sending that was a good idea? See, the very first post sends my alarm bells off. Douchebag alert. How dare you say that? Hey, boyfriend. Look, I'm out for a ride. Here's a picture. You know what you should say? Hey, you look great. I hope you're having a great time. Not, you thought that was a good idea? F*** you. You asked what I was doing? You're literally putting yourself out there like some biker chick for everyone to stare at. Wow, that's not what this is. I just enjoy riding, that's all. No, don't play dumb. You know what kind of attention that brings. Tight gear, posing on a bike, you don't think that sends a message? It doesn't send any kind of message at all. If there's any message at all, it's not being sent, it's being received by a f***ing gross, perverted psychopath. I wasn't posing. I was just sharing a part of my day. I'm in full gear, riding responsibly. I'm not doing it for attention. Doesn't matter how you think it looks, people will sexualize it. And I don't want my girlfriend being seen like that. Aw, baby gonna cry? Your girlfriend's a person? Baby gonna cry? Then maybe that's a you problem and not a me problem. I'm not going to stop doing something I love because strangers might have dirty thoughts. So you don't care how this makes me feel? Doesn't matter how you can feel. You're choosing a damn bike over my comfort? I care, but what you're asking is control. I won't apologize for doing something that brings me joy because it makes you insecure. You're just going to ignore how uncomfortable this makes me? I'm just not going to shrink myself for your insecurities. Has he always been like this about the bike stuff, or was this sprung up out of nowhere? He's always been a bit meh about it. At the start, it was more my safety, as motorbikes are definitely a higher risk than most vehicles on the road, but gradually it sort of started going south, where he would slightly mention the way other people are viewing or me, or if I get approached more often. He kind of played it off when asking these questions and made it more of a curiosity thing, until today, when this is more out of the blue, and it makes me think that his other previous questions from the past have more depth to them. Oh, they certainly do. Respectfully, this is how domestic abuse starts. Bit by bit, they remove the things you love and enjoy until your whole world is them. You deserve a partner whose response to that picture would be to tell you how great you look, or ask how the ride was, or express how jealous they are that they couldn't do the same, not try to make you feel bad about something you love. He wants you to prioritize his feelings over something he knew before getting into a relationship with you that was important to you. This does not get better, it gets worse. You are far too young to entertain this nonsense any further, not that anyone should at any age, but I'm assuming sunk cost fallacy won't apply here due to your ages. My boyfriend is mad at my memorial tattoo. In late 2023, I lost my boyfriend unexpectedly. It was devastating, he was a huge part of my life as we were childhood best friends and then dated for 3 years. After he passed, I got a meaningful tattoo in his memory. Now I'm dating someone new. Things have been going well overall, and he knew about my late boyfriend, but recently, he actually saw the tattoo and took notice to it in proper detail. He got visibly upset. He said it made him feel disrespected, and like I'm not over my ex. He basically implied I should remove or cover it up. I tried to explain that the grief and love are not black and white, and that honoring the past doesn't mean I can't be present in a new relationship, but he just kept saying it's weird and made him feel second best. Am I overreacting for being hurt by his reaction, or is it fair that he feels threatened by a piece of my past? I included a pic of when I freshly got it done a year ago. Okay, Daniel? Gotcha. Seems pretty normal. It's not like you had his picture tattooed across your back. Seems very minimal, and whatever. Plus, it even further doesn't matter because you guys were friends. You were childhood friends, for crying out loud. The dating is almost inconsequential at this point with how long you had known each other. Important person is important person, full stop. I think it's fine if it bothers him, but given how important it is to you, maybe he's just not the one for you. You probably need a partner who's able to handle the complicated feelings you have for your late boyfriend. I would not cover it up, and I'd seriously question if this is the right relationship for you. My husband was deeply in love with the woman he dated for years before we met that passed from an overdose. I used to be extremely self-conscious about their relationship and how much grief he still had. As we got older, I kind of moved forward, set my insecurities aside, and accepted that this person was a huge part of my husband's life and helped him be the man I love and adore today. When we passed through her hometown on our way to visit family, we always pay respects to her. She had a hard life and was a truly kind and loving person. Yeah, I can definitely understand the point about maybe being slightly uncomfortable because of the tattoo, I guess, the complicated relationship, or not even complicated relationship, just those are big feelings. You know, it's a memorial to somebody, and I can slightly understand how someone might feel not threatened. I don't know why you would feel threatened, but I can maybe understand that in that relationship, you will always feel like you are never gonna mean as much to that person, you know? I get it, I do. But I would never in my right mind demand that it get covered up or removed or tell you that you need to silence the feelings you had for this lifelong friend and partner that you had. It just, as that other person said, maybe this isn't the right relationship for us. And that's not the end of the world. It is not a big deal. It really, really isn't. Sometimes a relationship is not meant to be, and that is okay. All right? But no, I would never demand somebody do something like that. Was this an overreaction about me ordering DoorDash while babysitting? I ordered DoorDash while babysitting because I hadn't eaten since lunch, and I was getting a headache, and they were 2 hours late. The kids were asleep, the food was left on the porch, and I stepped outside for 10 seconds to grab it. The mom told me she was uncomfortable that someone came to the door and that I left the kids alone. When I got home, I was told they can't trust me anymore, and I was fired. Mind you, this is someone who found me on Facebook, barely asked me anything before hiring me, and had no issues leaving her kids, or 2 kids, under 2, with a total stranger, but a food delivery on the porch is somehow a big deal? Great, we're taking the 10:30 train, so we'll be home at 11:30. Sorry, we thought we would be done sooner. No problem. Hey, our ring just showed someone at the door. Was something delivered? Yeah, I didn't eat dinner, so I ordered DoorDash. Okay, we'll talk when we get home, but I'm really concerned that you would do that without asking first. I would never be okay with a stranger coming to my door while my kids are sleeping. I really wish you would ask me before doing that. Please check to make sure the storm door is locked and the chain is locked as well since you opened them. Were you trying to lock her inside? I'm sorry I made you uncomfortable. I just hadn't eaten since lunch and thought I'd be done by 8 since you mentioned. I started getting a headache and really needed to eat something. I've ordered food before while babysitting and it's never been a problem, so I didn't think it would be an issue. They left it at the door and I waited until they were gone before I went out to grab it and locked all of the doors the way they were when I came back in. I get that you were hungry, but it's more about the fact that someone came to the door without my knowledge and you left them in the house alone. Not really. If something had happened, it just makes me really nervous. You could have eaten from the cabinet. This is my home and my kids, and I need to be able to fully trust who's here. We'll talk later. Later? Just please double check the doors. Will do. I do apologize, but I honestly didn't think it would be a problem. I'm always hyper aware of safety, and I would never do anything that I felt would put the kids in my care at risk. You could have eaten from the cabinet. This incenses me. Who the fuck goes rummaging through someone's kitchen cabinets while working in their home? What an absolutely wild take. At half an hour late, I would have been texting to tell you how sorry I was, making sure you were good. Do you need to change your arrangements to get home? I can help you with that. Do you need food? At this point, I think it's entirely acceptable to tell you that we're welcome to anything I have in my kitchen, but I would prefer you not order in. That seems fair. If you have dietary restrictions, it could prove problematic, but as a general fix, I think it's fine. She did not do this, and if you had rummaged through her cabinets, she would have fired you for that. She's being entirely unreasonable. I saw someone say you should tag her on Facebook with that statement, but I don't think that's necessary. Just be grateful she didn't become a regular before she showed you her double standards, and if you're part of any groups of sitters, I'd consider warning them about her. No need to make it a public thing, though. Could end up more trouble than she's worth. Coworkers got me a gift after I bought my new car. Uh-oh. Okay, this may seem like some sort of rage bait or something, but I am making this post at 7:49 a.m. I clock into work at 8. To give context, I work for one of the largest collision repair shops in my area, and before I moved to this current shop, I was the only black guy at my last shop. There were a lot of racist jokes, but I'm not a sensitive guy, and being that I was new, I went along with it. But at what point has a racist joke gone too far? Because this seems too far. The sad part is, I'm just trying to flourish at work, and that's it. I don't want to cause any waves that could affect my career. I'm at a loss trying to figure out how to handle this. Okay, that's... Look, man, if you're gonna make any joke even remotely like this with your friend, you better sure as fuck understand how the friendship is and how far along you are, okay? I don't think I've ever had a friend that would be okay with me doing something like this. And I know that because I'm not a dumb piece of shit. It's not hard. This right here is beyond pathetic, it's beyond lame, and beyond just jokes. You're working with straight up racist. That's just the way it is, okay? That's just how it is. You gotta be really, I mean really close buddies with a very well-established relationship where shit like this has been discussed years beforehand before you can even think about this kind of crap, okay? Immediately thought, wow, that's racist. Though I'm white and would love that stuff, it's definitely a racist thing to give to you. Exactly, that's another thing. I'm white as shit. My opinion on the matter doesn't really mean a whole lot, okay? Have you said anything before, like a joke about stereotypes, or done so to someone else? Everyone probably has the same humor and assumed you'd get a kick out of it. If you aren't that close with the group, though, I would take it as an insult. No, looking back on it, it was just me being the butt of the joke and laughing, being naive to it. I replied to someone else saying how I don't even have good comebacks because I don't know many racist jokes because they're corny to me. You don't need comebacks. The only thing you have to say is, I don't think it's funny. Don't smile, don't give them a reaction, don't get riled up. They know why you don't think it's funny. They know it's racist. They know you're pushing them limits. If it happens again, go to HR. Go anyway. Screw these guys. It doesn't matter what your relationship with them is or was. You stand your ground once and be assertive, and if it happens again, you go to HR. Am I overreacting for not quitting the gym because my boyfriend told me to? Where are you? At the gym, nearly done. You're going quite often now. Babe, I'm going 3 times a week for ages. Nothing has changed. I'd prefer it if you stopped going. That is not happening. But why? Are you craving attention? I give you loads of it. Who would I be craving the attention of? Those guys you work out with? I was working out before they even joined in. So how did you come to that conclusion? You said you were fine with me having friends that are guys. I am. So what are you trying to say? So I want you to quit. Your stomach is flat and you've grown your glutes? Okay. Oh, what more do you want? What more do you want, Sarah? You already look so hot. And what do you think will happen if I stop going? Can you just quit? It's really starting to irritate me. I could stop going as often with them guys if you want. No. I just want you to fully stop. This is weird, man. Dude, what the? Throwing a weird ass tantrum about quitting a thing that everyone should be doing anyway and basically called you an attention whore. This is already bad enough, but it only gets worse from here. Don't talk to that dude anymore. Take all the men off your social media. Don't talk to any men when I'm not around. Unless you want to get to the point where he conditions you to think that is normal, get out now. My exact thought was, girl, you need to quit his ass, not the gym. My friend gave my abusive ex my new phone number. Did you kill this friend yet? Girl, what the hell? You gave him my new number? Yeah, he DM'd me last night. So, why the hell would you give him my number? You know I literally changed my number because of that man. I know, but it's been like a year, plus he said he wanted to apologize. What the f*** is wrong with you? I'm actually mad. In what world would I want to talk to that man? I didn't mean anything bad by it. He said he wanted to say sorry. Holy shit, dude, I actually hate you for this. You're overreacting. It's not that bad. Not that bad? It is that f***ing bad. What are you talking about? I changed my number because that motherfucker was stalking me, and you're still talking to him? And giving him my contact info? It's been a year. He's probably different now. What? F*** you, dude. Genuinely. Yeah, so you need to change your number, but I think that before you do, you need to go a little harder on this friend, because this is how murders happen. If he stalked you once, he can do it again. Who's to say after a year his obsession is not worse? That friend needs to understand the gravity of the situation that they have put you in. They clearly don't right now. They think they did nothing wrong because it's been a year. They stepped over a boundary that you clearly placed a year ago when you changed your number and asked everyone not to give it to him. That friend literally put your life in danger and needs to understand that that is what they have done. Not that this dude wanted to give you an apology. That doesn't matter. He didn't owe you an apology. You didn't want the apology. What he owed you was to leave you the alone. Am I overreacting? My dad takes me to school in the mornings. On Fridays, I have late start, meaning it starts an hour after. Yesterday, I told him to pick me up at 8:20. He texts me and says he had arrived at 8:08. I told him I will be down at 8:20, considering that is the designated time I set. I get outside at exactly 8:20 and he is gone. He left me. Am I overreacting? Your ride is here. I'll be down at 8:20. Where are you? No more rides. Call your grandma from now on. I didn't even do anything. I told you yesterday at 8:20. You came at 8:10. I got outside exactly at 8:20. Wow. How dare the school's schedule doesn't revolve around his. Call your grandmother. She'll show up with cookies and maybe money, and if he's her kid, maybe she'll yell at him for being such a dick. He'd have a right to be upset if they said 8:10 and came down at 8:20. But I don't care if they said 7:45 and weren't ready until 8:20. You don't leave your kid. After 10 minutes, I'd go inside and see what was taking so long and try to get them out the door, but in no world would I just leave them stranded without a ride to school. That's shitty.